So we are drafting
Let me have this.
favorite NBA Finals moments, and the one rule. Are we banning the 2019 Raptors championship run, or can we
Hell
draft
no.
from it? Okay, so we can
Drafting
draft from there.
exclusively from
Oh
this.
my God! Please expand your knowledge of basketball. The one rule is you have to draft moments that you actually like saw. So like I don't want to like no 1960 stuff. I guess for me, like NBA Finals moments that you experience. So is that okay for you, Will?
Nah.
Okay,
No, I'm breaking the
never
rules.
mind.
No, because you know what I realized actually. So
okay, that's my rule. Then.
here's the thing. I started watching basketball, like I said earlier in the show, 2004. I remember the finals that year.
Yeah.
It was the Pistons. It was versus the Lakers.
Right.
It was Rob Thomas. This Is How a Heart Breaks was the theme song for the playoffs that year.
Okay.
I think TNT still had the finals at that point.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was the final. But then I was like thinking forward, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick 15 moments from like the 20 some odd finals I've seen, and I'm like, it wasn't 15 moments. So I know I gotta dig deeper.
Okay.
I'm breaking the rules.
So that's the only rule for myself, and James as the guest, you don't have any rules.
Well, you were there when George Mikan won his first championship.
That's
so
enough.
You're good, man.
That's enough. So let's get to it. As always, the guest goes first. Winners go 5 rounds. So James Herbert, you're on the clock with your first pick in the NBA Finals all-time favorite moments draft.
I feel like I have to pick the Jordan shot from 1998. I don't feel like I actually have a choice in the matter. Like that is one of the greatest moments in NBA basketball history. I did actually experience it, and I grew up a total Jordan stan. So I was ecstatic when that went in. I had no doubt that it was going to go in. I think the steal that preceded the shot was just as good as the shot
People forget.
itself, or at least
People forget.
almost as good as the shot itself. And you know, it's just one of those things that it's like you cannot possibly write something like that without it seeming corny, but it actually happened. Like that is the best way you could possibly end a career. It's a shame that that's not actually when his career ended. But everybody seems content to pretend that it is because the moment was that cool.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great first overall pick. Anything you have to add to that moment, William?
From my research, because I was still in China and unaware of what basketball was at this point. 1998, 45 points, man.
Yeah.
45 points. And not only did he get
in
the
an era
strip,
where teams scored like 80.
Yeah, so no, he literally had half the team's points. Even before that strip on Karl Malone, where it I don't know, I guess they tried to set a screen and got a mismatch. Were they trying to setting a screen, like a cross screen, to get Michael Jordan switched on to Karl Malone? Because that doesn't even seem like a good idea. But the screen happens, and then Michael with the very, very smart play to linger on the play, because he doesn't actually leave with his guy, and Malone with this back to the basket strips him. I know I'm telling you this as if like I was there and you weren't. I mean, you were there and I wasn't. So anyway, I enjoyed watching the highlights of this an hour ago. For my first pick, I'm very happy this has made it here. Obviously, I mean, that is the all-time moment. But I'm going to go with Ray Allen's corner three off the rebound from Chris Bosh, 2013. Game 6, the ropes were out famously.
Yes.
You could see it on the replay. If honestly Ray Allen took one more step backwards, he probably would have tripped into the first row. That's how much the ropes were out.
Okay.
Yeah, LeBron had pulled up for 3. He missed it. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Obviously, the big controversy in hindsight, why did Greg Popovich take Tim Duncan out? Because you could have potentially boxed out and got the rebound. I think his argument would be you need to prevent the 3. You need as much mobility out there. Forces overtime. People forget it forced overtime. It didn't win the game. It didn't win the series. But the Heat went on to win, and then they went on to win Game 7?
Yeah, they won Game 7.
It was also, Game 7 was also very close.
People forget. That was a close game. This is the people forget draft, by the way.
There we go.
So my pick, I'm also going to go with the 98 finals between the Bulls and the Jazz. Dennis Rodman missing practice and then showing up during the finals on WCW, Monday Night Nitro, as part of the NWO. People forget that at the time, Rodman had joined the New World Order and was slated to be in a pay-per-view where he was going to wrestle against Karl Malone. And this took place after the 98 finals, like a month or two after. I believe the pay-per-view was Bash at the Beach. And there's this great, I should have pulled this clip, but there's this great clip from Bob Costas, who was calling the finals. And after Rodman had missed practice and showed up, like he was so disgusted, he went on like a 5-minute monologue about just how bad wrestling is. And, you know, Bob Costas is wrong because 90s wrestling is amazing. So, yeah, that's my first pick.
Yeah, my only question about this is, so you're telling me the first half of the show, you're complaining about Draymond doing a podcast Meanwhile, the Draymond of his era is literally missing practice to go wrestle.
Once again, this is why radio should not be daily.
You have a 90s bias, man. This is no, you've cemented yourself as a Charles Barkley of the Raptors.
Yeah, Jason Tatum was like Judd Bushler. James
What?
Herbert with the second pick, all-time NBA Finals moments. You're on the clock.
Okay, I feel like since I made the big obvious choice for the best moment in my first pick, I can just get as weird as I want from here on out. It's favorite moments, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go with the 2011 finals, the JJ Barea takeover. This was insane. Like, you think about what Fred VanVleet did in 2019. Like, JJ Barea did the Fred VanVleet thing before Fred VanVleet did. The series completely changed when Carlisle put him in the starting lineup in game 4. And then game 5 was really the game where he just destroyed Miami, like roasted Mike Bibby, who was somehow starting for that finals team, even though he was super old and couldn't really move. Roasted Joel Anthony, who was also somehow starting for that finals
So what happens
team.
when you have 3 max guys?
That Heat team was a little top heavy, man.
Yeah. And to be clear, like Joel Anthony at the time, like he was a big part of what they did on defense. Like he moved defensively, but like they just were not ready for
He
JJ Barea
moved
launching
defensively.
these pull-up
Anyways,
threes.
go on,
moved.
James.
They
Goodness.
trapped ball handlers. They made people uncomfortable. They forced a ton of turnovers. It was not happening against JJ Barea. He just dominated that game 5. He had 17 points, made 4 of his 5 3-pointers. Some of those were like tough contested ones off the dribble. He didn't just roast Bibby, like he gave Mario Chalmers buckets. Like you can go back and watch these highlights. The Heat just looked so confused. They did not know what to do. He was great again in game 6. And it was just the kind of thing where that was why people were saying that Carlisle outcoached Spoelstra in that series, was because of that move in the starting lineup. And the Barea-Nowitzki pick and roll is just legendary. And, you see him at the time, you'd see him turn into a superstar every time, like, he played for Puerto Rico in the summer. This was like that version of Barea on the biggest stage imaginable. And oh, by the way, like LeBron is missing mid-range jumpers over him on the other end. And he drew a charge against LeBron because he was just moving his feet and then flopping, just pestering everybody on the perimeter. Like this was a genuinely legendary performance from JJ Barea.
Yeah, 2011 was very fun. I actually have some other moments from 2011 on my list, on my rundown, but I'm not going to get to that right now because with my next pick, I mean, like, if I'm going to be honest, man, LeBron's chase down block 2016 game 7, like, for the ones that I've experienced, that is still like the top game for me. Like that game was so back and forth, and it was like neither team could really score for like a 5-minute period there. Steph really could barely get a shot off. Clay couldn't get separation. It was like Harrison Barnes was missing corner threes nonstop. Draymond was actually having a great game. Draymond, I think he had like 35 in game 6.
He had like 6 threes or something like that.
He stopped kicking people in the nuts and, started actually playing basketball, which was really great to see. But, yeah, LeBron's chasing on block, man.
Yeah, I was in the building for that. It was fun. I covered that finals.
Oh, yeah, you were
that
in
was
the building.
That was a terrible game. That was like there was a lot of drama in the fourth, but if you go back and watch the fourth quarter, that was disgusting. Like Steph and Clay, I think were just throwing the ball around, bunch of turnovers, and guys just couldn't score. But iconic moment, and obviously followed by Kyrie's shot, and then Kevin Love tap dancing in front of Steph Curry guarding him.
I love how that's called the stop. Come on, man.
He moved his feet like Joel Anthony.
It was the stop, the shot, and the block. Like this is the best moment in Cavaliers franchise history. This was like some of the most intense basketball I've ever seen. Like it was ugly. I wouldn't call it terrible.
Yeah, I'm just being a hater today.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Yeah, he had that scripted. All right, next up, I'm going to stick with the Bulls era for now. 97 NBA Finals. It was Chicago, Utah, their first time playing in the finals. The game is tied with under 10 seconds left. Karl Malone goes to the free throw line, has 2 free throws to put Utah ahead. 75% free throw shooter during the regular season that year. Scottie Pippen walks up to him. The game was on Sunday, and he said the mailman doesn't deliver on Sunday. Malone misses both.
What a bar.
MJ comes back on the other end and ices the game at the buzzer with a jumper just inside the 3-point arc. And, I guess I'm picking all the moments, all my Karl Malone slander moments. So that's my moment. The mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays. Okay, on to the third round. James Herbert, what's your next pick?
Okay, so I'm going to pick 2014, the Spurs revenge.
Yeah.
on Miami.
Oh,
If
the
I have to pick
beautiful
one game,
game.
it
Yeah.
would be game 3 if I had to pick one game.
Oh, not the cramps
They
when
come in,
LeBron got the
it's
cramps.
1-1. No, I think that was game 1.
Mhm.
But this is it's 1-1. It's not clear yet that the Spurs are about to basically bury a super team, and they come out and drop 41 in the first quarter. They lead 71-50 at the half. Like, this was just an onslaught, and it was also kind of the beginning of the Kawhi Leonard superstar story. He in the previous finals had played incredible defense against LeBron. That was where that sort of meme came in, where LeBron reacts when he's at the free throw line and he notices that Kawhi is coming back
Oh,
in.
yes.
But this game, Kawhi had 29 points, which now that's like a totally normal playoff game for Kawhi. At the time, he hadn't scored that many points since high school. Like, he had 26 once in the NBA, twice in college. He comes out, he's making all these jumpers, and Mike Breen is like giggling on the broadcast, like, what is happening here? Kawhi wasn't even 23 years old yet. But obviously, it wasn't just him. Like, he had an incredible game, but this was a beautiful game. It was all the passing, it was all the movement. The Heat had played this defense where they were always kind of getting themselves in rotation and trying to make other teams uncomfortable. And the Spurs were just like one step ahead the entire way. And I thought, that was their most convincing victory. But generally, like, that's kind of how the series was. Like, the Spurs were just on it. It was some of the best offensive basketball I think we've ever seen. It was just really, really fun to watch. And it was like just this like team that was clearly so much more than the sum of their parts. And by the way, like, the sum of the parts was like really good too. So I think everybody who kind of watched that series remembers just how unstoppable they looked, and just the fortitude to kind of come out after how the previous season ended and kind of, slay those demons against that same team. That enriched the sort of narrative aspect of it. But even if you don't care about that, just the basketball is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't seen a basketball team play that beautifully. Like, I think the Warriors at times approached it, but it felt very much like the peak Warriors teams would like have so much talent they just overwhelmed you. They played great basketball, no doubt. Whereas the Spurs, it kind of gave you that element of like, okay, they're playing great basketball, but like, how are they doing? How is Marco Bellinelli this good?
The way they were connected was just
how is Boris Diaw this good? How is like Manu Ginobili dunking on I mean, you talk about age 36 performance with Al Horford. I mean, like him dunking on Chris Bosh. Oof.
damn.
Great moment in Game 5.
Yeah.
All right, for my next pick, technically, since I've seen Winning Time now, I can claim this one.
Goodness.
Magic Johnson as a rookie, 1980. Kareem is out, 42-15.
Yeah, just read it off
Starting at
Wikipedia,
center.
man. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
I watched the highlights of this as well.
Okay.
All right, Game 6 against the Sixers, was guarding, I think, Dr. J as well. 42-15 as a rookie, though. Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Is that the most legendary rookie season ever?
Yeah, he tipped off at center, right? And it's crazy. Back in the day, like those games were on tape delay.
Yeah, you
Like,
remember that.
CBS. I was watching Dukes of Hazzard, waiting for the game to come on at 1 a.m. No, that was a great.
God.
That was a great moment.
I'm sorry, man.
I
but-
can't believe you went into the 80s, man.
Well, I mean, technically,
Oh, man.
it is something I've
All right.
experienced in my lifetime.
All right, we got to speed this
Now,
up a
this
little
should have
bit.
been. I mean, if this is eligible, this is an incredible pick because this is one of the most important games in NBA
It's
history.
eligible.
Yes.
It's Will's show. All right, we got to speed this up a little bit. My last pick of the third round. I'm gonna go with Allen Iverson stepping over Ty Lue
Damn it.
in the 2001 finals.
Yep.
That was his MVP season, and the Sixers ended up. That was the only game that they won in that series.
That's the only game the Lakers lost.
Yeah.
In that playoff.
Because
run.
as I've told you many times, Will, Shaq is the most dominant player that I've ever seen. And yeah, no, that was just such an iconic moment. You just talk about moments in the finals, like that's one that gets brought up over and over again. So pretty self-explanatory. All right, on to the fourth round. James Herbert, what's your pick?
So I just picked the Spurs, and you guys started talking about the Warriors. I think there's a reason for that. Like, I'm going to pick the kind of Warriors coming out party from 2015. If it's one game, it's Steph Game 5, where he hit like the hardest threes ever, like a couple of just insane ones with Delly draped over him. Almost makes Delly fall down. The Cavs are just grabbing him and holding him on every possession. They're doubling him, blitzing him, whatever, and he just goes nuts. It's probably his best finals performance in all of the Warriors runs. But beyond just that crazy game where he had like 37 and made Mike Breen yell bang and Oracle was going crazy, like after they clinched the championship, Alvin Gentry shouted out Mike D'Antoni and was yelling, "Tell Mike D'Antoni he's vindicated." And for someone like me, who not only loved the way that those Warriors played, but had, as a kid, like rooted for every iteration of those Mike D'Antoni Phoenix Suns teams, even
yeah.
that when it wasn't D'Antoni anymore, when it was Gentry coaching an older Nash, and they had an incredible team too. Like that was super meaningful to me. And the whole point was like they won the way that the Suns did. They played super fast. They shared the ball. They shot a ton of threes, and they empowered this really talented point guard to kind of run the whole show and dominate like from that position. And like that team changed basketball. Obviously, like the league looks different now because of the Suns, and the league now looks different because of those Warriors as well. I mean, they started the death lineup for the last 3 games of that series, and that obviously changed the NBA.
Yeah. No, that was a great series because Matthew Dellavedova was very memorable. Remember when he almost fainted because he had drank like 5 coffees?
Yeah, they pumped some IV fluids in him.
Yeah, like what was happening, man? Honestly, people were doing anything possible to stop Steph, just like they are today. But shout out to Matthew Dellavedova. All right, for my next pick, the 4th pick, I'm gonna go with Ron Artest's 3 in Game 7.
Oh yeah,
2010. Kobe's doubled. This game, Kobe was like 6. What was he? 6 of 24.
Yeah, 6.
It was. He struggled in this game, right? This is his 5th championship, his final one. He's doubled. So he swings the ball over to Ron Artest, and Ron Artest is like looking straight at Paul Pierce, jab steps him. And you remember Ron Artest, he's like super stiff with his movements. You know, like the original OG Anunoby, basically. Like super stiff with the way he moves, right? And jab step Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is like, you're not going to drive on me. But he's like, you're also not going to shoot this 3. It's like 1 minute left in the game. And then Ron Artest is like, yeah, of course I'm going to shoot this 3. And then he makes the 3. It's not a game winner. It pushes the lead from 3 to 6 points with a minute left. The Lakers are able to hold on and win. But I just remember this because for the post game interview where Ron Artest was out there and talking to the reporters, and he said, "Shout out to my therapist."
Yeah,
he's like, I hear in my ear, Kobe's telling me, "Don't shoot it, don't shoot it," and I'm like, I'm gonna shoot it anyway. And then he won Kobe his 5th championship there.
This is gonna be when Draymond hits a game-winning 3 in Game 7.
Okay, he's gonna say shout out to my producer, my podcast producer.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna say.
Kobe passed me the ball. Kobe passed me the ball. That was the best press conference in NBA history.
No, like, that was one of the best. With my 4th pick, I'm gonna go with J.R. Smith for getting the time on the clock. 2018 Game 1.
Sick.
And you know what? It's kind of a double pick. You know, LeBron 51-8-8 in that game.
Yeah,
arguably the best finals game that he's ever played. Against that super team. And also, there was a little controversial call with under a minute left. I think there was a foul on KD that was reversed or something like that. There was a replay review. So the Cavs should have won that. But anyways, George Hill missed that free throw. JR got the ball. And, the rest is history. All right, let's speed through 5th speed round. Final pick, James. What do you have?
I'm going to pick a recent one, 2020, Jimmy Butler. Game 5. It's an elimination game. That's where that photo's from, where he's like bent over that video screen, absolutely exhausted. He drew 2 fouls late in that game when he just had like nothing left. I don't know how he did it, but the whole game, like he finished with 35, 12, and 11 and 5 steals. And the whole game, he's doing everything for that team. He is making all these contested shots. He's doing it like with LeBron guarding him, with AD guarding him, whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe not even the best performance he had that series. He had a 40-point triple-double earlier. Like the legend of playoff Jimmy has grown since then because he just keeps doing it. But that was an elimination game, and he was just I've never seen. I shouldn't say I've never seen, but I was just blown away by like the energy that it took for him to come through with that performance.
Yeah, the best part is like there was nobody in the building for that. Nobody's able to like be like, "Hey, I remember."
The people who tapped in on Zoom, man. Come on.
Oh, the Zoom fans. Yeah, the Zoom fans.
Actually, it was Microsoft.
Nuts.
It was
Virtual
Microsoft.
fans.
Yeah, that's right. The Surface fans. Okay, for my last pick, I don't care. This is called the Raptor Show. I'm taking Fred VanVleet, 12 points, Game 6, 4th quarter, in Oakland to shut down Oracle. The Raptor. I mean, listen, Kawhi was struggling that game. Okay, Kyle obviously had a hot start. Whatever. Pascal played great sort of throughout the game, but they needed someone to come in and close that game. And that was Fred VanVleet. 12 points in the 4th quarter. The scream captured by Keyshawn. Iconic photo, iconic memories. It gives me shivers. I watched the highlights prior to starting the show, and I screamed in the office.
Of course you did. I'm surprised it took that long for the Raptors to make the list because you had to go back to the 80s. Final pick.
And he did that after like guarding Steph, chasing him around all
Yes,
night.
Yeah, that
exactly.
was weird.
He was Delhi, but he was way better than
relax.
Delhi at
No.
being Delhi.
No, relax.
All right, we got a
Uncaffeinated
minute left. I got to wrap up. I'm gonna go with a moment that really crushed me in the childhood. Nick Anderson missing 4 free throws with 8 seconds left in Game 1, 95 Orlando Magic. The Shaq and Penny teams were my favorite teams growing up. In Game 1, they blew a 20-point lead. They were up 3 with 8.5 seconds left. Nick Anderson misses 2 free throws, gets his own rebound back, misses 2 more. Kenny Smith hits a 3 to tie the game, send it to overtime. The Rockets sweep the Shaq and Penny Magic. And it actually affected Nick Anderson's career because like he ended up, I think there were seasons when he ended up shooting like 40% from the free throw line. So like it actually like changed the trajectory of his career and it messed me up as a child. So that's my final pick.
Okay. All right. Well,
This is your favorite?
It's a moment. It's a moment.